Hey guys, today we're going to be checking out this little Boston branded personal fan. This looks very similar to the Galaxy's, I think the model number was 3140 personal fan, which I actually have a few of the Super branded variants of it, which is the Canadian market version. Let me pull it off the shelf here to show you guys what I'm talking about. So this fan here, I believe it's a little bit older. This one's from 1999, this one's from the 80s, and despite them being from completely different manufacturers, this one is from Lasco/Galaxy, and I'm not sure about this one, but I know Windmere was the most common brand name that you see on these things, but they share pretty much the same design language. You can see they have the two-piece shroud design with pretty much the same kind of grille design, pivoting head, square base, and both have a 2-speed shaded pole motor. Although this fan has a 2-pole motor, this fan has a single pole C-frame motor. So completely different fans, but also very similar. So anyways, this fan came into my possession yesterday actually, at the time of the filming of this video, and it was a complete surprise gift, a random gift from my parents. They told me they got this for me, so I was kind of surprised, but also thankful because, of course, I always appreciate a fan gift. So today we're going to be checking this out. This is in its as-acquired condition, which, taking a quick look around, it's in really nice shape, but of course we're going to tear this down and give it a good service because there's some grime and it could use some motor work. So let's take a closer look at this fan. Okay, the furnace just turned off, so hopefully it'll be a little bit quieter in here. So something interesting about these little fans is that the internals, so the blades and the motor, appear to be exactly what you'd find in a microwave fan. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if these blades were some off-the-shelf microwave part that they sourced, and same with the motor, and they just kind of stuffed it inside of this housing that they mocked up real quick. These grill slats are rather thick, and they take up quite a few of the surface area on the outlet, so it's not the most aerodynamically efficient fan, but I mean, what you're gonna do, it's a plastic fan and they're trying to make it safe. Taking a look at the side of the fan, so you'll notice that there's a little screw here, and same with the top, and there's one on the other side as well. Now this is actually holding the two halves of the shrouds together, which from a practicality standpoint I really appreciate. The Galaxy 3140, which I have up there, doesn't have screws. In fact, the front half is simply just kind of clipped onto the rear by force, so if you want to take it apart you have to grab the two halves and just yank them apart with all your might, and it's sometimes kind of sketchy, especially because the plastic ages and it gets a little brittle, but with this fan all you have to do is take these 3 screws off and the fan comes apart, which it's not as aesthetically pleasing, but actually makes cleaning a lot easier, so it's kind of a trade-off, but I do like that. Taking a look at the back of the fan, you can see here the inlet of the fan is actually, it makes a lot more sense in terms of the aerodynamics. It seems like there's a bit more opening that allows the fan to draw in the air. And there's, oh boy, just smacked my patent fan on the floor. There's also vents for the motor to ingest some air, I guess, keep itself cool. A little slider switch with 2 speeds. I think the Galaxy version is a lot more aesthetically pleasing. It has a nice decorative plate on the back and more of a clean, sleek design. And they also have the same matching vent design for both the front and the back, which, actually, you know what, let me show you the fan. I'll bring it over. Okay, so here's what I was talking about. You can see the Galaxy, or the Super version, has this nice plate on the back and an identical vent design for both the front and the rear, and no fasteners. So it makes servicing a little bit more trickier, but aesthetically this fan, in my opinion, is a lot more pleasing to the eyes than the Boston. But I like what they did with the Boston fan. something a little bit different. It'd be boring if they were completely identical fans from two different manufacturers, so there's something. The fan head tilts, although the range of motion is kind of limited. Let's check out the information on the bottom of it. So there's the date code, December of 1999. And what does that say? Hunt Manufacturing. And there is the very difficult to read information. 0.25 amps, I think it says. Electric fan. And has rubber feet in the bottom. Okay, so let's go ahead and test this one out and see how well it works. Okay, we'll start it up on its low speed. Actually, you know what? That's not bad. This seems to be more powerful than the Galaxy or the Super. And this is only on low speed. Now granted, it does seem to be running a little bit faster, but proportional to the noise, I think this one does perform a little bit better than the Super. Not bad at all. Seems to be speeding up just a little bit, but it runs good. I don't think it'll need a whole lot of work to the motor. Okay, let's try the high speed. Oh wow. Yeah, this one definitely goes faster than the Galaxy or the Super. So where the camera is sitting right now, which is about 2 feet back from the fan, this is actually a pretty decent amount of airflow. If I was using this as a desk fan, which is exactly what it's intended for, it is a little bit noisy, but the airflow is pretty satisfactory. I think I've mentioned it before in the video of the Super, that these little fans are better white noise machines than actual fans, although this one's, I mean, if I ignore the noise, it's actually a decent fan. Now it's got a decent bit of vibration too, but it's such a small fan with a light blade set that it's not a significant vibration. Pretty decent spin down time too. So the bearings are free, it runs good, and despite some of the dust that's built up on the blades, it doesn't really seem to impede the performance a whole lot. So yeah, I'm actually, maybe because I didn't have a whole lot of expectation for this fan due to the Super, but it's a little bit better fan than I thought it was. So there it is, guys. That's the Boston personal fan. Little 2-speed, I think it's a 4-inch blade. Little desk fan, and when I get time I'll go ahead and take this apart and clean it up. It should be a pretty quick process because of how small and simple the fan is. Alright guys, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching, and peace out.